Hello, I'm Camelia and this is KiniNews. Wan Rosdy Ismail has claimed that he was informed about the addendum for Najib's house arrest by Tengku Zafrul.
Pahang Menteri Besar Wan Rosdy Ismail has filed an affidavit to back Najib Abdul Razak's bid for home detention. Wan Rosdy said he too had been told about the alleged supplementary royal order for the former Prime Minister's remaining jail sentence to be served under house arrest. In his affidavit filed at the Kuala Lumpur High Court last week, the Umno Vice President said he was informed about the royal addendum by International Trade and Investment Minister Tengku Zafrul Abdul Aziz on January 30th. Based on the timestamp on the document, the Menteri Besar filed the affidavit on May 21st. According to Wan Rosdy, after being informed about the alleged supplementary order, he then attended a meeting with several other Umno leaders at Deputy Prime Minister Ahmad Zahid Hamidi's house in Kajang, where the matter was discussed. He said Zahid told the meeting that Zafrul had informed him about the same thing earlier. Wan Rosdy added that Zahid had also said that he had read the addendum order as shown by Zafrul. The affidavit named 7 respondents, including the federal government, the Home Minister, the Attorney General and the Pardons Board for the Federal Territories of Kuala Lumpur, Labuan and Putrajaya. Wan Rosdy was the second Umno leader known to have filed an affidavit against the federal government over the alleged house arrest order. Previously, Zahid filed his affidavit on April 9th, backing Najib's bid for home detention.
PKR's Hassan Karim has called on the government to terminate their agreement over the MAHB deal. Hassan also brought up several questions over the issue.
PKR's Pasir Gudang MP Hassan Abdul Karim has questioned why Malaysia is so desperate to sell part of Malaysia Airport Holdings Berhad to a consortium with purported Zionist links. In a statement, Hassan pointed out that MAHB has been capable of managing 38 airports in the country and another one abroad all this while. He asked why the government is now allowing the privatization of MAHB, which would lead to 30% of MAHB shares being sold to GIP. Hassan questioned if this kind of national investment policy is progressive or regressive. He added that as an MP who supports the government led by Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim, he is stuck between a rock and a hard place when answering the people's question on the matter. Hassan questioned how he should answer if people ask him why Malaysia and his people support the struggle of the Palestinian people in Gaza and the West Bank, but the government is involved in allowing 30% of MAHB's shares to fall into the hands of JP and BlackRock, which backs Israel who launched the genocide in Gaza. With this, he urged Anwar, along with his cabinet, to terminate the agreement between Putrajaya or Khazanah with GIP as soon as possible. He said they should instead allow local private companies owned by Malaysians to own the remaining 30% of the shares after Khazanah and EPF controls 70%. Hassan said that in terms of national strategic and security interests, MAHB shares must not fall into the hands of foreign entities that are clearly suspicious.
The MACC sees no wrongdoing in the award of a Selangor state government contract to Hana Yos' husband. Azam Baki said this is as there is no relationship between Yos' ministry and the state government.
MACC Chief Commissioner Azam Baki saw no issue with a Selangor transport project awarded to Asia Mobility Technologies Sendirian Berhad. Asia Mobility is a firm linked to Youth and Sports Minister Hana Yos' husband. NST quoted Azam as saying this is because the contract was awarded by the Selangor state government and not by Yos' ministry. He said according to the law, there is no wrongdoing if a person receives a contract or any benefit from an agency or entity not related to them. Speaking at an event in Kuala Lumpur, Azam said there is no relationship between the ministry and the Selangor state government. Yesterday, MCA Youth Secretary General Saw Yi Feng said MACC should intervene and thoroughly investigate the matter to ensure the project award was not due to nepotism or preferential treatment. Earlier today, former Penang Deputy Chief Minister P. Ramazami called for either Yaw to resign as a minister or for her husband, Ramachandran Muniadi, to quit as the company's CEO. He said he had no quarrels about the company's competency to undertake the project. Unfortunately, he said Ramachandran happens to be the husband of Yaw, a senior leader of the DAP, a party that strongly advocates open tenders and transparency in the award of government projects. Ramazami pointed out the Harapan-led government has set high and mighty principles, but seems to not have followed them.
If you'd like access to news like this and more, subscribe now to Malaysia Kini and support independent media. The Home Minister has defended the detention of the Ulu Tiram police station suspects' family members under SOSMA. He said it was done due to the magnitude of the case.
Home Minister Saifuddin Nasution Ismail said the police need more time to thoroughly investigate the family members of the Ulu Tiram police station intruder. He said the arrest of the suspects, 5 family members under the Security Offences Special Measures Act 2012, was relevant because killing members of the security forces is a serious offence. According to him, due to the magnitude of the case, the police require a longer time to finish the investigation to ensure public safety and order. Saifuddin added that Singapore has also tightened security controls at its entry points following the incident. Saifuddin said this when asked about the police justification for detaining the suspects' family members under SOSMA. On Friday, Inspector General of Police Razarudin Hussain said the 5 individuals were held under SOSMA after their remand period ended on May 24th. 7 individuals, including the suspects' 5 family members, were detained to assist in the investigation under Section 302 of the Penal Code.
Anwar has panned Hamzah Zainuddin for deflecting his question on whether PN supports the rich and foreigners over the diesel subsidy plan.
Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim has claimed that opposition leader Hamzah Zainuddin is deflecting his question on whether Perikatan Nasional is supporting the rich and foreigners over subsidy rationalisation. This came after Hamzah condemned Anwar for not announcing when fuel subsidy rationalisation would commence. Hamzah had also urged Anwar to visit wet markets around the capital to survey the increase in goods prices that are affecting the public. When asked for comments on Hamzah's remarks yesterday, Anwar said that he regularly checks on prices of goods.
Saya hampir saban minggu saya ke warung-warung kecil dan pasar. Ke pasar tidak saban minggu tapi ke warung kecil, dan setiap kali sebelum Jumaat saya tanya tentang harga barang, masalah mereka. Tapi saya ingat dia nak elak daripada jawapan tentang parti itu mendukung toke-toke kaya dan orang asing. Itu dia belum jawab.
On May 21st, Anwar announced the government would end the blanket subsidy for diesel with an expected savings of 4 billion ringgit, saying it was also benefiting the ultra-rich and over 3 million foreigners. However, he said the government will continue to subsidize diesel for 10 types of public transport and 23 types of vehicles used to transport goods to curb a sudden increase in prices of goods and services.
Still on the Prime Minister, Anwar has assured that the new candidate for EC chairperson will be appointed according to the due process. According to him, they have already identified a candidate for the position.
Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim said the individual to replace Abdul Ghani Saleh as the new Election Commission chairperson has been identified. In a press conference yesterday, Anwar said the new candidate will be appointed according to the due process. He said they will follow the process and the Yang di-Pertuan Agong will give his consent to the appointment. The position of EC chairperson fell vacant on May 9th when Ghani retired upon reaching 66 years of age. Yesterday, Deputy EC chairperson Azmi Sharom called for transparency in appointing commissioners in the agency. Azmi admitted that the appointment process of EC commissioners, himself included, is shrouded in secrecy and opaque practices. In response to Azmi, Anwar said he understood the former's concerns. However, he said Azmi, as the deputy chairperson, is not consulted in the appointment process. He stressed that they have to go through the due process. Previously, several groups and individuals had raised the issue of the appointment being made without an open and transparent process. This included Bersih, which accused Pakatan Harapan and BN of breaking their promises twice since the general election over the appointment of 2 key EC members.
That is all from me today. For more stories, you can go to Kinitv.com. You can also follow us on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook for the latest news updates. If you'd like to support independent media, do consider subscribing to MalaysiaKini.com. I'm Kimilia. Thanks for watching.